What's going on, everybody? Josh Engelman here for OddsShopper.com. Back again with the PrizePicks video for Thursday, February 9th. Better late than never. I know this is coming out later than it should. There weren't any props up this morning. We had the trade deadline. All heck was breaking loose, but we're here now trying to get this in for you guys as fast as we possibly can. And you see on the screen next to me, look over that way. What did we do yesterday? Oh, just a simple 5-0. Hit everything, so I hope you guys were tailing it. It looks good. Dominated, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely dominated PrizePicks, and we're back again to do it today. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when everything goes live, and make sure you're following me on Twitter at Josh Engelman. That's where you'll get additional content. You never know what's going to pop up. Maybe more PrizePicks cards throughout the day. Probably not today. Today's a weird one, but moving forward, you might get it. Now, on to today's picks. First one up is kind of ridiculous, but you have to take it, and I think you should take it as fast as you possibly can. Even if it moves, it looked great. Torrey Craig over in his fantasy points score. Here's the deal for Phoenix. They've obviously traded out a ton of guys based on the Kevin Durant trade. They have 9 active bodies for today. 3 of those guys are centers. Torrey Craig's just going to have to play a lot. Even if he doesn't play the 33 minutes that I am projecting him for, even if he plays like 28 or 29, you're still very live. And I don't really know where else those minutes are going to go unless they're just doing really weird stuff. Torrey Craig already plays a lot when guys are healthy, so I assume he's going to be out there for a ton of time. I've got him basically 6 fantasy points clear of that fantasy score line that PrizePicks is giving you for today. This is an absolute no-brainer. If you want to do it for one of the other props, by all means, but the fantasy score prop for Torrey Craig is way too low for today. Speaking of guys that are way too low in their props, that would be Spencer Dinwiddie back to Brooklyn for today. They are shorthanded. They've made trades that bring in tons of wings, but not guys that dominate the ball. That's a Cam Thomas job, by the way. 31.5 is the line for Spencer Dinwiddie in fantasy points. I got it at 37.8. Why isn't he just going to be like his normal self? When Luka Doncic was off the floor for Dallas, Spencer Dinwiddie had a 30% usage rate. Even if you want to knock that back a little bit, this guy is going to be their lead ball handler, playing somewhere around 30 minutes or more with, I don't know, 28% usage. Again, if you want to take one of these other props, by all means, and that free throws made line is not where it's supposed to be. I'll fix that after I stop talking, but that's neither here nor there. 6 fantasy points is where I have the over. An absolute no-brainer. This might as well be a Taco Tuesday play. Whether it's Torrey Craig or Spencer Dinwiddie, click these names immediately, get them as fast as you can, and even if the line goes up, don't feel bad if it goes to 32 or 33, because I still love it. Next up, we're taking a look at an under, and that's going to be for Nikola Vucevic. And right now, I'm making the assumption that DeMar DeRozan is in. This probably becomes a little bit more of a neutral play if he ends up out. But the line for his points, rebounds, and assists is currently set at 36.5. I think it's more like 34. I think he's just a little over projected for today. The Bulls did absolutely nothing on the deadline. I don't know if the players are going to be happy about that, sad about that, whatever. It's probably a neutral line if DeMar DeRozan plays. But if DeRozan is in, there's no reason that Vooch has to just go absolutely crazy for 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So I'm happy to take it an under here. If you want to take it for the points, I think that's fine. If you want to take it for the points and assists at 24.5, I think that's reasonable too. I'm putting it on the card as points, rebounds, and assists. I think you can go either way. But I just think that there's a little bit of too much of hype going to Vooch for today. This one's kind of a weird one, but I think it stands out. That's going to be Paolo Banchero over 5 made free throws. And I like it because the line is at 5. If this were 5.5, I'd be a little bit more nervous. But if I just have to throw this one in the garbage because he hits 5 on the dot, I'm willing to eat that push. And that's what makes it a little bit more interesting. I've got him for 6 made free throws on the dot, which means I've got him for a full additional free throw. You could take the raw points over if you want. I have him about 2 points higher than the line that we're getting. I don't really have much to say. I just assume he shoots slightly more free throws than they're projecting, and I assume that they're going in at a slightly better rate. So 1 extra free throw, but you do get the benefit of getting that push on 5 if it just sticks there. Not having to worry about the hook makes me feel a lot better. That's the best that I can do on a free throws made prop for you guys. Now, before we go, any further, we got to talk about PrizePicks as a whole. I need you guys to sign up there. There is a link in the description of this video. Click it, head on over to PrizePicks and make a deposit. They're going to match that deposit up to $100. So if you put in 50, they'll give you a $50 bonus. But if you put in 100, you'll get that full 100. And you get 1 free month of Stochastic Plus Platinum, which means you'll have the ability to use our PrizePicks player prop tool. Tons of content behind our paywall on the DFS side if you want to move forward. I'm going to have these videos coming out Monday through Friday. You can't really beat that, but the deal is here for you. A free month, which is like $120 value, and the bonus of up to $100. What more could you possibly want? I gave you guys the goods. Think about what would have happened if you made that deposit yesterday, tailed the video, and went 5 for 5. You're 10xing your money on that one. Do that right now. Finally, folks, I'm looking at Nick Clarkson. Over his 10.5 rebound mark. I got him at 12.1. We've actually seen him have a bit of a rebounding bump when Kyrie and Kevin Durant aren't on the floor. And none of the wings that they brought in are like super big rebounding guys. I mean, none of those guys are even playing for right now. We've got a motley crew of dudes showing up for the Nets today. But what we've got going on here for Nick Clarkson is the guy that's just going to be underrepresented. He's doing more on a day-to-day basis than he was at the beginning of the season. He's got 2 less major guys out there alongside of him. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Ben Simmons doesn't start this game, which gives you even more minutes for Clarkson to just dominate the boards. I think he's underrepresented here. The fact that I'm more than 1.5 rebounds above the line makes me feel pretty good. If you want to take the fantasy score instead, I'm 3 points clear there. I think that's reasonable, but I've already locked in Nick Clarkson over rebounds 10.5. Alrighty, folks, you see it on the screen right over there. Yeah, I'm pointing the right direction. Whew, didn't think that I was. Those are the 5 picks that we have for today. Torrey Craig, easy. Spencer Dinwiddie, easy. Vooch, under. Paolo, let's shoot some free throws. Nick Clarkson, let's get those boards. We're going for 5-0 once again today. I apologize for the lateness of this video, but the NBA trade deadline is a little fickle, makes it hard. You still have plenty of time. It's 5:15 right now. This will be live by 5:30 Eastern time. You'll have 90 minutes to get this one in. Don't waste any time. This is why you need to follow me on Twitter at Josh Engelman. You'll know immediately when this video drops. Good luck tonight. We're back again tomorrow morning.